What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the Madden Rebuild channel. And today we got to do the Los Angeles Chargers. Today we're going to be doing a Los Angeles Chargers realistic rebuild. Let's go. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one. Of course, subscribe if you are new to the channel. As always, greatly appreciated. But the Chargers currently 8-6 on the season. I would love to see Justin Herbert in the playoffs, to be honest with you. So I'm really hoping they do finish out strong and end up making the postseason. So the NFL, or I should say Madden, not the NFL. Madden has the Broncos at 7-7. I just noticed as well, but whatever. So here's your offense for the Chargers. The biggest problem with the Chargers this year has been obviously health. They haven't been all that healthy. They've dealt with a lot of injuries with Joey Bosa, and then obviously JC Jackson got hurt, but Joey Bosa is expected to be back, and I think he's actually back right now, so we can go ahead and put him back in the lineup and have him on tap. But obviously JC Jackson's out for the season and stuff like that. So I'm going to put Joey Bosa back in. We're going to simulate the rest of the season. We're going to see if Madden gives the Chargers one of the playoff spots. I would imagine they do, but we'll see what happens. I want to see Justin Herbert and the Chargers in the playoffs in real life, so hopefully in Madden, they can do that same thing for us. You see all this? This could be you. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get more out of the game you're watching. You're picking overs or unders on your favorite players that you love watching each and every Sunday. Let me show you how it works. Prize Picks is available on mobile or desktop, and they pretty much have every sport you can absolutely imagine. NFL, NBA, soccer, CSGO. But since we're an NFL channel, we're going to go ahead and talk about the NFL for a second. So let's say I want to go Derek Carr and Patrick Mahomes over on both of them. 2 players gets me up to 3 times my money. But if I wanted to go even crazier, let's say I want to do 5 players, throw 5 players in here. You can go up to 5 players, which that's going to 10 times your money if you get all correct, which you can go flex play. Even if you get 4 right, you still get a little bit of money in return. Now, I will tell you, I have started with $100 in here, and I'm up to $500. Prize Picks has been so much fun for me this year. If you want to go ahead and sign up, link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables. They're matching your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. So if you deposit $100, you get $200 to work with. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring today's video. At the end of the season, we end up finishing 9-8 on the year, but that is not good enough to get this Chargers team into the playoffs, which honestly, very, very disappointing. Wanted to see this team there, and unfortunately, we just couldn't get there. But I know for a fact one thing that we can do is easily flip this team around. Once they're fully healthy, this Chargers team should be very, very scary. Like I said, they dealt with injuries a lot in real life, which is why they've kind of struggled a little bit this year. But I do expect them to make the playoffs. They have the Colts on Monday night, and I don't even remember their last 2 games are after that. But they should be able to beat the Colts. I mean, Nick Foles is starting, so who knows? Maybe some magic happens there. But one thing that is an issue in this game, as we know, is Justin Herbert always leaves the Chargers. And that even happened to me one time when I was doing a Chargers rebuild. I didn't resign Justin Herbert, and I didn't intend to do that. A lot of people are mad at me, rightfully so. So we got to do everything possible to make sure Justin Herbert stays here, because it doesn't make any sense for him to leave, obviously. So our cap space situation is not the best, so we can't go out here and re-sign everyone. The only guy I'm actually really interested in is Nasir Adderley. We could keep him at free safety. That would be great because he's 25 years old and star development. I would love to keep him around. Other than that, I want to keep my cap space open. So Nasir Adderley might be my only re-sign, and I don't even know if I'm going to sign a free agent, to be honest with you, because we got to keep our cap room open as much as possible. Justin Herbert is going to demand a bag, and like I said, every single time we always lose him, and Madden always gives him away. He always goes to a different team in the simulation. So you got to make sure that does not happen today. He's a free agent next year. So your fully healthy Chargers lineup is this: Rashawn Slater, Matt Fielder, Corey Linsley, Zion Johnson, or not, is that Zion Johnson? Yeah, I think it's Zion Johnson. Yeah, Zion Johnson. And on the tight end spot, you got Gerald Everett. You have Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, which both of them are making a ton of money, obviously. Joshua Palmer, Austin Eckler, a beast of a running back. And on the defense side of the ball, they went out and made some really good additions on the defense side of the ball. As we know, they have Asante Samuel, JC Jackson, Mike Davis, Sierra Adderley, Derwin James, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack. There's a lot to like here. Kenneth Murray. We definitely need to patch some holes on the defense side of the ball, but like I said, man, we got to keep our cap space open as much as we can. So we can't go crazy here in free agency to, just fill every position we need, because it's just not there. The money is not there. So as far as guys we could cut, Khalil Mack might be somebody we have to give away next year once we re-sign Justin Herbert. Yeah, Michael Davis, who would free up like $7 million for us right now. Matt Fielder. I don't think I'm going to be cutting anyone, at least for now. I want to maybe focus on that next year. Maybe our cap space opens up a little bit more. So honestly, as far as filling holes on this lineup, the best thing we can do is do it through the draft, because I want to keep my money open as much as possible. So I'm skipping out on free agency, not going to go crazy in free agency. And instead, I'm just primarily going to focus on the draft for this team. So we're heading into the draft with pick number 17, 49, and a third round pick. So we have all of our picks, which is great. Obviously, last year they traded a pick for Khalil Mack, but this year they have all their draft picks. I mean, we could end up trading another player for some picks, obviously, but don't think I'm going to do that here. Next year is where we really got to start thinking about maybe making some trades, obviously. But for now, I just want to jump in the draft and just patch everything I can through the draft. So I know the D-line definitely needs some help. Our cornerback situation could be a little bit better, but it's not terrible. So maybe an offensive tackle on the outside is probably needed. Wide receiver core, I think, is fine. Tight end is fine. And middle linebacker would be great. And then, I mean, we have Austin Johnson, the D-line. Like, there's definitely, we're not going to be able to address everything through the draft, but we're going to do our best. We're going to try our best to get everything we possibly can through the draft. Now, obviously, in real life, you're able to restructure contracts, so the Chargers could probably free up a little bit more money to make it work. But in the game, that's not really possible. So, we got the Chicago Bears at number 1 overall. We get pick 17. Bijan Robinson goes off the board to the Cardinals. I don't think I would have taken him anyway. But you got Will Levis, Paris Johnson, Jackson Smith, Kayshawn, Josh Downs, Antonio Johnson, Joy Porter. There's a lot of good options here. Isaiah Foskey, Eli Ricks, Cyrus Torrance, Jordan Battle. But honestly, for me, I think this one, I kind of want to go with Joey Porter Jr. or even a left tackle. But I think I'm going to go Joey Porter Jr. here to add to the cornerback room out of Penn State. We definitely need another corner on the roster. So this would be my first round pick in Joey Porter Jr. Welcome to the team, Joey Porter. And honestly, only getting normal development on him actually kind of sucks. But I did want to get a corner to add next to J.C. Jackson and Asante Samuel. So he'll be our 4th corner. So I probably should have went a different direction there, but that's okay. Anton Harrison is the left tackle on the board. You also have a middle linebacker, Henry, out of Alabama. We definitely need another middle linebacker. So kind of tempted to take him here. You got Owen on the board as well. So I might go middle linebacker here. And then I think in the 3rd round, I'm going to go D-line. I think that's the best thing to do. So I am going to go ahead and look at Alabama's middle linebacker and Henry, A tackle, B to D zone coverage. I am going to go ahead and take Henry here with my 2nd round pick, and we're only getting normal devs right now, but that's okay. I'm not really worried about that. Just getting players that are going to be quality guys that can start right away is what I'm kind of focused on. I'm not even really worried about the development tree at this point because we got a lot of good players here already. We just need guys that can, step into a role right away. So the next thing I said was D-line. I guess I also wouldn't mind offensive linemen here as well, but D-line is really where I want to focus. So you have Zach Pickens, Tyler Steen. A lot of good offensive lineman options. Justin Jacobs this year. You got Rook out of Clemson, Tyler Davis, Jermaine Burton, Jack Campbell. So Colby Wooden. I think I'm going to go with one of the D tackles on the board. Or maybe even, do I want to go with maybe, do I want to go like Zach Pickens? I guess I'm going Zach Pickens here. It's going to be another not so good pick in this draft, but we do need a D tackle to rely on. And like I said, all these guys, normal development, not really going to be someone you're like relying on to be really good right away, but just guys that are going to start right away and help out is what I was focused on. So you got a quarterback going off the board. I'm going to use my 4th round pick on probably, I saw Zion Nelson, so we can get Zion Nelson also with Zion Johnson. So kind of like the idea of that, unless there's someone else we can take here. But I think that's where I'm going to go with this last pick. I think I'm going to take the O-lineman here. You also have Carter Warren here, but I'm going to take Zion Nelson to be my brand new tackle. You have Jason Kirkland as well. But yeah, give me Zion Nelson to start next to Zion Johnson. Zion's on the right side. I like that a lot. Let's get into next season. So here's your offense. I mean, the only thing we really added on this side of the ball was Zion Nelson at the tackle spot. Everything else is just kind of the same. Palmer, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Gerald Everett. We know that. On the defensive side of the ball, we added a middle linebacker in Henry. He's a 73 overall. We added Joey Porter Jr. in the 1st round, 75 overall. Zach Pickens is only a 70 overall, but honestly, what we could do is maybe move Austin Johnson to right end. That way we have him there. Looks like we also got like a young K White in there as well. And then I think that was basically all we took in this draft. So yeah, immediately the guys we took don't stand out as guys that are like hidden development players that are going to become studs or anything, but hopefully they can maybe unlock a development trait and become very good for us. So I think I'm going to move Austin Johnson to right end. Other than that, we are ready to go. We're going to simulate this season and hope this team finds their way in the playoffs. And of course, the biggest thing is making sure we keep Justin Herbert, because if we don't, it's going to be GG's. So at the end of the season, we end up finishing 13-4 on the season, and we actually secured a 1st round bye, which is actually really nice. So it's looking like the guys we drafted made an impact right away. Hopefully, let's go look at the player stats, see where we're at, see where we were. Obviously, the biggest thing is we need to resign Justin Herbert this offseason, but we can focus on the playoffs first. Offensive defense was both 11th and 9th, 27 and 6. We got an award winner for Justin Herbert, so he's going to ask probably for more money. 22 touchdowns, 1,300 yards for Eckler. Austin Eckler is also a free agent, so that's going to definitely be something we got to worry about. But sacks-wise, you had 15 and 17 from Khalil Mack. So I figured one way that we could free up money to get Herbert back was going to be trading Khalil Mack, but man, him putting up 15 sacks kind of makes that hard. But we could trade him for a good package, I guess. But quarterback is going to be the most important position to focus on. So if we have to do it, we have to do it. And I hate to do that, but we'll see. Let's get into divisional round, though. Like I said, we secured the first round bye at 13 and 4, which is really nice. But now we get to play the 12 and 5 Chargers, or Steelers, I should say. So looking at the lineup, let's see where we're at. One thing I did do to free up money is I did cut Michael Davis. So if you take a look right now, everyone's feeling pretty good on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, we did cut Michael Davis at cornerback. So Joey Porter Jr. became like the lone third corner on the roster. So no one has, jumped up to development traits, obviously, but that could happen after the Super Bowl. So let's see if we can come out here against the Steelers and win this one. And maybe I don't even have to worry about resigning Justin Herbert because we already won a Super Bowl and there's nothing even to sweat about. So we're headed to SoFi Stadium. Obviously, being at home, this is going to be a huge advantage for us. But as we know, simulations in Madden are all over the place, so you never really know what's going to happen. We jump up 3-0, but they respond, and we get a touchdown, but don't get the extra point. So interesting score so far, 7-9. We get a stop in the red zone as Boswell missed a 31-yard field goal. We take a interesting lead, but we are going to take another 14-23, up 9 in the ball game, and we are going to go up 12, which is nice, and up more now. I can't do math, so we're just up right now. That's all I got to say. 5 minutes, 11 seconds. And I think it's safe to say that we're going to be headed to the AFC Championship as we beat down on the Steelers. So, as a good sign that maybe this team is ready, but we get the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship. So, it's going to be a very, very big test, I will say. So, let's see if we can go take care of the Chiefs. Back at home for this one, the Chiefs are coming into SoFi. This is going to be a huge test, man. Where are we at as a franchise? Can we get this Chargers team into the Super Bowl? This would be their first Super Bowl victory, but we can't think about that. We got to just focus on what's ahead. Can we beat the Kansas City Chiefs? That is the early question. 5 minutes 59. We start off with the football. Can we come out here and score immediately? We get to their side of the field, but they go up a field goal, and we get a nice field position and no score. We literally got in the red zone twice and then come away with nothing. Now we finally get a touchdown and we get interception and we go up 4. Great. Would have loved more points at this point. It looked like we were up like in the red zone. We tie it up. The Chiefs respond with a touchdown. We need to respond as well. We might be letting them get away with this one. 2 minutes, 42 seconds left. I'm going to let the CPU determine, well, should I come in and actually, you know what? For the fun of it, I will come in and try to secure a touchdown, and I will let my defense determine. I won't jump in on defense. I will let my defense determine. I mean, even if I even get a touchdown here, I'll say. But I'll let my defense determine if I deserve a chance to tie this ball game up. I have Gerald Everett in the midfield. I could have probably kept running, but that's okay. All right, we take some of their momentum down, which is nice. And now we can kind of, I'm gonna look for Mike Williams here, see if he gets open. I'm gonna give him a chance. Mike Williams over the top, and he comes down with it. And just like that, we are at the 11-yard line. Might have been able to keep running, honestly. I might have been able to play run after catch there, but I just went aggressive. So we're at the 11-yard line. Mike Williams with a big catch, and now I'm gonna be looking for probably Gerald Everett for the touchdown or Keenan Allen. So I'm gonna look at this right. I mean, everyone's going to the right, I guess. I don't know why I'm saying I'm gonna look at the right side. Nothing's there though. Actually, I'm a psychopath for throwing that, to be honest with you. I don't know why I threw that, but hey, it worked out. And now we can maybe punch it in with Eckler. Can't use a timeout. Eckler, can you get it? Wow. I'm speechless. I'm speechless, and my defense got to stop. That is the worst part. Eckler, what are we doing? Are you serious right now? Did you seriously just throw the game away like that? You just threw the game. You just sold the game, and I got a touch. Bro, Eckler, why, man? You sold so bad. You fumbled on the goal line. At this stage, you fumble on the goal line. We're not resigning him. He's getting cut. The Cowboys ended up beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I'm really disappointed, man. Austin Eckler just sold so badly. We could have had our first Super Bowl or not first being in the Super Bowl, but first winning a Super Bowl if we were able to go on and beat the Cowboys. But we'll never know because we didn't have a chance. So, huge offseason. We've been kind of talking about it all video. It's Justin Herbert. It's Justin Herbert. Oh my goodness, I want all these guys back. All of them. But we're not going to be able to get everybody. Justin Herbert, obviously, the biggest priority here. If we lose our quarterback, we're not going to be anything. So, I'm going to try my best to convince Herbert that he needs to stay. He's going to play for a new team, but obviously, you franchise tag Justin Herbert. There's no doubt in my mind, if he was willing to say that, you franchise tag him, don't look back. So that's what I'm doing here. So I want Eckler back as much as he just sold me. I mean, running backs usually don't cost that much. So going to go ahead and give him a contract. And then, so we get Eckler and Herbert back. Everett and Murray, I want Murray back really badly too. I mean, him being 25, I don't know how much he's going to ask for. He's back. So we get Kenneth Murray. So I guess the only guy we're losing is Gerald Everett. And then there's some other guys we're losing as well. Don't get me wrong. But $2 million in cap space. Gerald Everett, would love to keep you around, but we already franchise tagged Justin Herbert. So not much we can do there. So now we can just head to stage 1 of free agency. We kept Herbert and Eckler. That was the biggest thing. So we didn't get Herbert on a long-term contract, but we at least franchise tagged him and had the ability to do that. So taking a look at the brand new offense to see if anybody's gone up development trades. So one thing we can say is Keenan Allen has gone down overall because Mike Williams has jumped him in the depth chart. Eckler, Herbert, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Joshua Palmer, all still here. We don't have a guard. Zion Nelson's still 75 overall. The defense side of the football, Kenneth Murray, superstar dev. Zach Pickens, only normal dev. And Joey Porter Jr., only normal dev. So none of those guys jumped up, which kind of sucks. I would have loved to see them jump up. But probably another situation where, I mean, I could obviously trade Khalil Mack or Bosa and free up a bunch of money. Maybe there is someone I could cut away. I would rather trade, obviously, but 1-year deals, Eckler and Keenan Allen. So Khalil Mack and Keenan Allen both making a ton of money. Herbert, obviously, franchise tag. Joey Bosa making $22 million. Mike Williams, $20 million. $9 million for Corey Linsley. So, obviously, all of our money is going towards these guys. And, I mean, with the way Mack and Bosa played, I don't want to keep them. And then Keenan Allen, I mean, you could trade him, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Honestly, I think the best thing for us just to do again is just build through the draft. I think it's the best thing we can do. I think we go tight end and right guard on the offense. That's the biggest thing we need there. And on the defense side of the ball, you're going to go end. I mean, that's really all we can do. And then maybe another corner if you can get one. So I'm going to go to the draft again. The draft will be my best friend once again because we're not going to be able to be a big free agency play unless if I was going to cut and trade some of these guys. But I want to keep them because we are on the verge of being a Super Bowl contender. We are one fumble away from being in the Super Bowl. We're going to run it back once again and hope for the best. But obviously the biggest thing here is hitting on the draft. So I didn't really hit that great on the draft last year. Like I said, I got some role players, but I'm looking for some hidden dev players that can be, you know, guys going forward that we can rely on. So I said we need an offensive lineman, and I do see we do have Dwayne Palmer on the board. And honestly, I think that's where I'm going first. LSU, D tackle. We need a defensive tackle. Actually, we need an end. We don't need a D tackle. We have Pickens technically. So where else can I go with this? You got Greg Whitfield. So a lot of offensive linemen on the board. You got Evan Pettis, which I also like the idea of. We do need a tight end in the worst way. But give me Silas Roach out of LSU. I'm going to be taking him here. Hidden development, right end. We don't have a right end right now, so I'm going to be happy with that first selection. Now I go to round 2, pick 30, and I think this is where we're going to go tight end or, like I said, guard. So let's go take a look at what's available here. You got Joe McIntosh, Brian Forbes, Beverly, Jermaine Wilford, Daryl Buckhalter, Eric Bush. I mean, I don't think I'll be able to trade for a tight end, so we'll probably have to go offensive lineman here. So Colin Sampson out of USC. Probably going to be the guy we take here just to put out the guard spot. So that is going to be another hidden development left guard or another guard. So we feel good about that. And last but certainly not least is going to be round 3, pick 30, which I'm hoping to get a tight end here. So let's see. I mean, I could have taken Evan Pettis earlier, obviously, but hopefully this is, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is a good tight end class. Actually, I don't know that for a fact, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Tight end position. We have Martin Polk out of Indiana State. He actually looks like he has some decent ratings. Round 3 to 4 projection. A, catch traffic. A to C. We don't know exactly, but he's got C-spec catch. I mean, it looks like he's our last hope, so I'm going to take him here and hope he ends up being a beast for us. So that is going to be our draft. Probably the last offseason as well because the team is only going to get worse. It really is. So this is our window of opportunity. It's time to go take advantage of that window right now. The end of the season, once again, finished 12-5 on the year. This time we don't get the benefit of a bye, though. So This is our run of opportunity. Offense was 14th in the NFL, and then defensively on the other side of the ball, hopefully we're still like pretty good. Oh, that's not good. We went from 11th to 29th. I wonder why. I mean, we really just added players, I guess. The defense just sucked this year. 13 touchdowns, 9 touchdowns. Palmer, Martin Polk had 650 yards on the tight end spot. Sacks wise, 11.5, and then 10, 7 from Zach Pickens. So, fortunately, just a bad year. I mean, I'm hoping that defense still plays well in the playoffs. I don't know. I mean, defense was good last year, but get the Ravens in round 1. Let's see what happens here. Probably had a tougher schedule, potentially, but let's see what happens. Hopefully, we can beat the Ravens and go marching on to the Super Bowl again. For some reason, my computer just stopped recording. I don't know what just happened, but regardless, we just won the AFC wild card weekend over the Baltimore Ravens. So I just didn't record any of that. We won 17-19. So now we're moving on to divisional. But now we're back at home going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. So Herbert versus Burrow. Pretty good matchup here. Obviously, once again, we're going to have to put up points. I mean, we won 19-17 last game, but I don't think that's going to get it done against the Bengals. So yeah, we're not putting up points, and it's just showing that we are just not going to get it done if we're going to not put up points here. 21-0. We're going to show up and lay a dud, 21-7. Oh, you get a stop. Can we score? Okay, we're not done just yet. Get a stop, get a stop. Okay, we'll take that. Score here, and this could go a long way. 24-17. Can we tie it up? We can do so. 24-24. Can get a field goal to end the game. Overtime, we get a stop. Let's go score. And boom, just like that, we're headed to the AFC Championship against the Titans or the Raiders. That was a close one. We were able to come back from 21-0 deficit, and we win. We were just here last year, and we all know what happened. Austin Eckler fumbles on the goal line. This time, we're not playing the Chiefs. We're still playing a division rival, but it is the Raiders this time. So, I mean, I'm pretty confident we could beat the Raiders, but we'll see what happens. I believe the Raiders swept the Chargers in the regular season this year. We get a stop to start things off, and now we get good field position, but they're going to go up 7-0. We respond with a field goal, and the Raiders are going to go up 10-3. We can score here and tie it up, but we do not, of course. What about now? Boom, tie the game 10-10, right where we want them, right? 17-10, W. They respond 17-17. We respond as well, 24-17. They respond again, close back and forth game. Our defense is just not where it's at from last year, but I think we have good field position here to take a lead. Another good interception from Derwin James, and just like that, instead of choking last year, we are headed to the Super Bowl to play the Vikings or the Panthers. So we've officially made it all the way to the Super Bowl with this Chargers roster. We got over the hump from last year. We get to play the 9-8 Panthers. Records don't matter in the playoffs, but we're playing Anthony Richardson and the Panthers. This is our opportunity, man. We got to come out here and just take advantage of us being here. 3-7. We've started off very slow in like every single playoff game, so I'm not sweating it too much, but the Panthers are one of those teams in Madden that I do kind of worry about because they are pretty overpowered compared to how they are in real life. But we are still in it, 17-20. Panthers get it. We stop them, and we need to respond quickly here. Get a nice interception. That was big time, but we need a score, and I'm not going to get the ball back. How 17-20 we lose to the Panthers in the Super Bowl, bro? I don't know why the Panthers are so good in Madden, but regardless, I mean, there was like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I didn't even get a chance to touch the ball. So unfortunate. I would have loved maybe just 30 seconds on the clock, anything. But instead, we are going to lose. Shout out to the Panthers. Hope you all enjoyed. This Crushables saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.